Hello guys, and welcome to part 6 of this air dry sculpting demonstration. In this video I'm going to be working a little bit more on this monkey. I'm going to build out the bottom of his body a little bit and remove the core inside it. But first, before I do that, I have to repair some cracks. I got one right here, pretty big one right here, and I do believe there was one in the front, but I already squished it and closed it up. I'm not surprised at all. This is air dry clay. It only consists of like 2 ingredients, which is water and dirt. So once the water starts evaporating, you have less material, and this polymer clay has less than 1% shrinkage. I don't know exactly what this is, but I know it's really high, and you can't really put it around stiff things like what it's around right now. That's why I'm going to be removing the armature. Now, I actually wanted it to do this because this clay is really stiff now. It's still workable. It's wet, but it's really stiff. It's set up a lot. So now I know this can support its weight. And first I'll repair the cracks and everything, then I'll remove that core. I basically have the rest of this clay right here to use to build out the body in any way I want, which is quite a bit. I don't need any more for the top, so that's pretty cool. This'll free up my marble slab. I want my marble slab back. I'm ready to do something with polymer clay. But without any further ado, let's get started. I'm going to show you everything in time lapse. I do hope you enjoy. Alright, getting to the time lapse section of this. This is always the fun part for me. I love watching time lapse. So first thing I do is I press in all those cracks. I compress them, and then I fill them in with some more clay. And I thought it would be cool to add a neck or throat for this monkey. So I'm just building out some clay and kind of giving him a general windpipe look right there. You can see it from the side view. And then now I'm trying to square off the shoulders a little bit, and I add quite a bit of clay up there, and I get it kind of squared off. And in the process, I'm trying to balance the sculpture out as well too, as far as proportions. Like if you look, I add a lot on this side. Probably a little too much because I think I cut some off. But this, I know it's kind of real squared. It looks like he's wearing a tuxedo, but I think it looks a lot better than it did before. And I'm not really going for like a real monkey body look. I just wanted to make it look like a bust. That's all I'm shooting for. And I'm pretty much done with this project. I'm going to cut me on some finer details up in the face and maybe around the neck and the body area, and then we'll call this finished. Slowly let this dry out, and we'll be good to go. But you see, as I add water and I kind of rub, I float it out with my hand. It really makes it look nice and clean. Everywhere I go, it kind of cleans it up really good. And yeah, I did. I wound up taking a little more clay from that side. Just trying to balance everything up, make things look good. I think that looks a little bit better than what it did before. But for some weird reason, I decided I was going to add like these 2 pieces on the sides, which would be like he's kind of reaching up, I guess. The sculpture I was looking at was very narrow at the base, and it kind of went wide up at the top. And I guess it made sense on that sculpture. But on this, it doesn't look really right. I don't think it looks right is on this anyways. So now I'm just adding chest muscles, putting some clay heavy in the middle, but still keeping a gap in between there, and trying to float it out towards where the rib cage would be. And then wet that down, float it out. Really turned out pretty nice. Other than the shoulder things, I'm not too sure. I'm really not sure about that. I'd like to know what you guys think. Now I'm just going to cut it out so I can transfer it. Okay, now I have this turntable covered, and I cut this off, off the marble, and I just put it on here so I could free up my marble. I could just turn this and stuff. Now I'm going to try to remove some of the core, and I'm just going to grab it like this and kind of go like that. And you can see I'm just going to pull from the center, trying to get that roll thing. There we go. See how that come off like a layer? That's what I was meaning when I built it out like an onion. I'm just going to use some pliers and reach up in there and grab it like this, and then kind of turn it. Now I have a complete opening all the way up into the kind of like the top of the head. But I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more out. But this will relieve the resistance as it's trying to shrink any more shrinking. Okay. Oh, that thing's rocking about 10 pounds too, so ooh-wee. Alright, I relieved a lot of that resistance in there, the sturdy structure that it was on. It can now it can shrink and hopefully not crack anywhere. If it has free movement, usually it don't crack when it shrinks. It usually cracks when it's on its armature though. So now I can cover this back up and let the two clays adjust to each other, the fresh clay and that stiffer clay, and then I'll come back and I'll do some details. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this. I'll do some more little detail work on this and then let it slowly dry out, and I'll show you, I'll give you little update videos on it. But after this, I'm going to be doing some polymer clay again, and I'm excited about that. So let me know what you think about this project so far in the comments below, and until next time, I will see you here again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, monkey.